Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here every Wednesday at noon. So glad you could join me. Well, this weekend, Steve and I were out of town for our niece's wedding in Manhattan, Kansas, and my dear friend Jean, who I stamp with a lot every week, came over to watch the puppies and make some cards. And she made this card, and I think she's actually the maker and creator of the card. Her name is Jean Hickson, and she's on my Stamping Mom Joy team and been my dear friend for 30 years. We used to work together. But she made this last year, and it's called a stitched nested double gate fold card. So here's the double gate part. And it's using the stitched nested to come out of the center. So we made another card. Where's my New Year's Eve card? That I might have put over here. Last year. So you might remember this one. So on this one, we embossed the words and put it in the center of a couple layers on the card, and then decorated it with stars. So on this one, it has vanilla inside, but in both cases, I absolutely love the cards, but where do you write? So you pretty much have to write by putting a piece on the back. So I wanted to solve that problem today. But Jean is better at doing the stitched nested pieces on the front, so we'll see how that goes today.
Hi everybody, this is Steve. I'm here too.
Sorry, I forgot. Steve is here helping me. So,
hi Linda, and hi Mary.
Hi Phyllis. So I'm going to show you how to make this, but there might be a few bumps in the road, so please be patient with me today. Here's the easy part. You're going to take a piece of cardstock, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5. And then you're going to score from each side. 2 1/8 from this side, flip it over, 2 1/8 from this side. Here's the quandary. How do I get my stitched nested dies, which I love these dies. These are super useful. If you don't have these, you should get them. And before I forget, today's the biggest stamp set sale of Stampin' Up! So please go on and use my host code, and you'll get a surprise in the mail. And I would really appreciate it. So anyway, so here's our card. So what I did on one of my failed attempts is I centered my die right in the center. And the problem is I didn't want to cut through the back of the card. Would you do that, Steve?
I would definitely do that, and then I would be in a quandary of how it happened.
Well, and then I was going to just use layers to cover it up. But I thought you wouldn't all want to do that. So I will tell you what we did here. And in fact, I have a...
That is an idea, Beth.
You have an idea?
I'm inspired. You said you don't have anywhere to write, correct?
Uh-huh.
So what if, say, using this one, this actually was basically folded over 2 pieces. So you lift this up, and then you can see the writing underneath.
Okay, my dear. He just got back. He works full-time out of our home. But he took a lunch break and went swimming. So he isn't here, but honey, look what I did. I created a card to do that exact same thing.
Well, there you go. See, it was a good idea.
It was a great idea.
That's how I know if I have good ideas, if somebody else has already thought of them.
Okay, so you have your card base, but then the issue is, how do you cut it out correctly? So I made an emergency call to Jean, and here's what she told me. Should we show them? Hand me those bases, please. Here's my pile of fails before I called Jean. But it happens, right? The card that you guys show is your best one, right? Your prototypes don't always get put out there. So the best thing to do, Steve, you always want to know how to run this through the machine. So what you do is you take the end of your 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to put the points of this die halfway on, and then you're trying to center it. So half is here and half is here. I did try measuring too. So you run it through the Big Shot, okay? Then to do the other side, what you do is put this die back in the holes. It's like grooves. You can tell exactly where it was. Set it down on this side that hasn't been cut yet. And then turn this around and run this side through the Big Shot. And then this is what you come up with. And then the back of your card base isn't cut through.
And all of that is just so you can get these little holes around here.
Well, and the stitching. I mean, it's cute, right?
Sure. That's a lot of work for that detail.
It is a lot of work. So we're going to go back to what Steve said. His idea for the inside of the card is what I also thought of, and he truly didn't know about it. So I'm going to make an inside to my card so there's a place to write. And the inside of the card is going to be 5.25 by 8 scored at 4. So it's a little bit smaller, 1/4 of an inch smaller, so it's easy to fit inside the card base. Then I'm going to take a vanilla, because this designer series paper matches with vanilla. Hi, Courtney. 3 3/4 by 5. That is what's going to go inside the card. And usually I would stamp first. I don't have stamping done for this. So you would stamp and decorate the inside. And also stamp and decorate the matching envelope. Okay. So now we have this smaller inside card. And then we also have a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of the designer series paper. This is called Brightly Gleaming. It was in the catalog last year, and it was so popular they brought it back again this year.
I can see why. It's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? I love it. I used all mine up from last year, so I bought a new pack this year. That doesn't surprise you, does it?
Well, if you need it to make cards. Hey, Marcelin's on too.
Hey, Marcelin. Marcelin, speaking of Marcelin, where's my card? Okay, I was going to show you this, but I'm not ready for it yet. But Monday nights, we Zoom the Stamping Mom's Joy team, and Marcelin taught this week. And Marcelin, you'll have to write in the comments what this is called. It's a really thick card, but when you open it, and you would decorate it and put words and everything else. Mine is just with designer series paper as my prototype. But you open it up, and it sets up like an easel. Okay, it's coming back to me. I think she called it a triple easel. And then you bring the second one up, and this part comes forward. And then you bring the third part up, and then, you know, you put hello or some nice little sentiment there. And look at this. Isn't that cute? When Marcelin showed it to me, I was like, no, it's too hard. I like making simple things, but we're going to make these one of these days. Let me know if you'd like to know how to make it. Okay, so we have our inside card done. Now on this card, this was the inside, and on this one, it's cream on the inside. So this is what you're going to see on my card today. Okay, so next, this is the part we hope works, right? Oh, and I did take the piece. This is a beautiful set. And because we're the Joy team, and I love joy and peace, I had to buy this Peace and Joy bundle. So I did the piece out of copper foil, and then the second layer is vanilla, and the last layer is Night of Navy. And for the copper, I cut it out on adhesive sheets, so I wouldn't have any glue showing. It's so skinny, it would be hard to get the glue on there. But isn't that pretty,
That's
hun?
awesome. I like the way that it sticks up, the copper piece.
Yep.
It
So
really makes the word pop out.
So now, here's my window sheets. When I can't find these later, tell me they're right there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now what we're doing, we're going to hope that this works. But I made the designer series paper a little bigger, hoping it would work. And this paper is nice because it has lines on it. Yeah, Marceline says it's the triple fold easel card. Marceline, one of the new gals on our team, gave Marceline a new name. I don't even know if you know it yet, Marceline. But Wendy has decided your name is Marvelous Marceline. So you are very loved, my dear. Okay, so I'm going to make this a tiny bit smaller. This card is 4 inches wide. Actually, 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So I'm going to make this designer series paper 4 3/8. Oh, look. No, I'm going to make it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That helps when I put the sticker on there. And then I lined it up. Because it has lines, it's super easy. So I hope this will work. Do you want to run this through, Steve?
I would be happy to.
And then everyone pray that it matches, okay? Otherwise, we're going to have to pretend. Oh, I had it all set up for you. Just set it down on there. Somebody asked for Steve to make the card today, and I do the computer. And Steve is willing to do that, but he wanted time to psych up. Do you want to explain that, hon?
I'm deathly afraid of card making. I'm not afraid of very many things in life. But it's weird. Well, maybe it's just because we're doing it on
camera.
On camera, but it's stressful for me. Actually, it's stressful when I'm not doing it on camera too, because it's so easy to make mistakes. I'm not always the most detailed person.
Can I have that piece you ran through? So this Saturday, we have a dear friend who we do a cooking show with. It's our pretend cooking show. And we are doing it Saturday night. So we'll be on sometime between 5 and 6 o'clock on Saturday night.
But it's on Janine's Facebook page. So you need to tell everybody to go to Janine Pollack.
Well,
Pollack.
Maybe
Facebook.
we'll do it on mine again this time, because people missed it last time.
Okay.
We've done two cooking shows already, and Janine has an idea for what she wants to do this weekend.
This week is steak salad.
Yeah.
And my job is to grill the steak.
Okay, so did you find out what kind of steak to grill? I bet she's specific on that.
I bet she is too.
Okay, so is this going to match? Yay, it's going to match. Okay, so we have this piece, and what we're going to do is, we know it's 4 1/8 wide, so I'm going to measure to 2 1/16, or line it up with these corners, and I'm going to cut it off here. I'll bring the trimmer over here. Sorry, normally I have things much better organized, but I had trouble deciding. Do you know how to do 16ths? This is 2 inches right here, so the very first shortest line is 1/16, and the line a little longer is 1/8. So there's 16, of course, in each inch, and 8 of the 8ths. So I'm going to go to 2 1/16. I wonder if you can see that on camera, and see if this matches. Looks like it does.
Pretty precise measurements.
Wouldn't it be amazing if this worked out?
I have no doubt that it's going to.
Normally, I would have another card here in the wings waiting. Okay, so it's close. Maybe this is this side. We'll be optimistic. I think it is. Look at that.
My advice for you is, if you have to, just do a little bit of trimming.
Yeah, I think that's what Jean does too. Yes, she does. I think that's good though.
So yeah, your need for precision is not that great. As
You
long as
know,
you can MacGyver it before you get
if you
done.
can MacGyver it. You know, I have a couple people on my team that are perfectionistic like me. Steve laughs at me when I tell him, oh, it doesn't have to be perfect.
So just like everything else that you do yourself, she knows where every flaw is in every card that she makes. But for the life of me, when she shows it to me, I can't find anything wrong with it. And I think that's probably true with most people that look at it.
So what we should do is just not tell anyone there's anything wrong. Hi, Sherry. Oh, Courtney says you can do the stamping, Steve. She believes in you.
Now I'm stressed. There's pressure.
So we should tell him about our wedding this weekend.
It was a beautiful wedding, and what made it really special is that the bride's brother officiated.
Our nephew, yeah.
And so it was an all-family affair, and it was really heart-rendering to see the brother talking to the sister about being married.
Yeah, he's been married 4.5 years, so he was giving marital advice. And my parents have been married 59 years. We're sitting next to us, and we've been married 34 years, and we wanted to pop in and give our advice.
And another thing.
Okay, so here's the front of it, and now I'm going to put the little card inside, and stick around. We are going to put the window sheets on too. So that's kind of cool. Do you think that's too much design? Just say no, because we have no other options right now.
I think it looks wonderful.
Oh, thank you, honey.
No, see, I've learned when I can give constructive criticism and when it's not welcome.
Yeah. I have to tell him now. He always, since he's been doing cards with me more now, he always has an idea how we can make it better, which is good. I do think 2 people can make a card better than one, but not when it's too late. When it's too late, we need to go with what it is.
So I've learned to judge the inflection in her voice when she says, "What do you think of this?" And because if it looks like the card's finished, then I know that it's affirmation time versus suggestion time.
Okay, so the window sheets are 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I have 2 of them. And I'm going to put these on with glue dots because everything, of course, shows through the window sheet. Can you see? Am I on camera, hun?
Yep, you're doing great.
Okay, so I'm going to put...
It's hard to see glue dots, though.
Yeah, except the person with the card will see it. I'm putting the glue dots on the card flap. Where else should we look at Jean's and see how many she did? She did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm 1 short. So when we got home from this wedding, I don't know if I said this before, when we got home from this wedding, there were cards nicely made. Jean is sweet and takes care of our dogs a lot. We live very close together, and she loves our puppies too.
Part of the deal is she gets free reign on the stamping studio.
So when I came home, there was a pile of cards made, and this one was one of them, which is so pretty. They were all pretty, and you'll see them all. Probably not today, though. Okay, now we're going to put 5 dots on the other side. So on the Stampin' Sale today, if you were wondering what to get, one of my very favorite flowers is on there. The Inspiring Iris. If you don't have the Inspiring Iris set, it's super pretty and really easy to use. Okay, so this time I'm putting it on the window sheet instead of on the card. So I guess you can go either way on that. I'm going to put 5 dots on this one too. What are you doing, hun?
I'm coming up with ideas for you.
Are you? So we've been eating these. Bless you. We've been eating these. Hopefully that's not COVID that we got from the wedding.
No, that's pool water. I
Pool
just got
water?
done swimming laps.
Okay.
So I have sinuses full of pool water. More information than Your
Yeah, they
audience needs to know. I'm sorry.
You don't think they want to know about your sinuses? I don't know. They're pretty sweet.
My theory is that flushing out my sinuses with chlorine water is actually good when it comes to preventing COVID. So I'm sticking with that idea. So while she's doing that, I will show you. This is the yogurt that we're talking about. It's French style yogurt. It's called Oui by
I think it's called Oi.
Something like, I don't know. I don't know any French, so there you go. But key lime, which is like our favorite, and that's what it looks like. But it comes in glass jars, and they've got these designs on them. So, like, here's one that's empty that you can see. And Beth and I have been wondering what sort of craft project she can do with this little jar.
Well, can I tell you before you tell your idea? One thing, the reason he thought of this just now is over by my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I put one of these here because when I'm cutting a bunch of stuff, I throw the die someplace and then I play hide and seek and I try to find the die. So I put an empty one by the machine because I thought a lot of the dies will fit in here.
Well, and
but what's your idea?
Well, it's not the biggest container of yogurt. And so you might be overpaying for how much yogurt you're getting, but then you get this amazing little jar to do something with. I don't know. To me, it almost...
We are not sponsors for Yoplait or Oi yogurt, but
to me, it almost looks like something that you would want to stamp flowers and have some way to have the flowers coming out of the jar.
Oh, like Marceline made those daisies.
Right.
So you could make a little jar of daisies.
Or something like that.
Do you want to show them Marceline's daisies?
Yeah, this is amazing, by the way.
This is, my stamping studio is decorated by Marceline. Isn't this cute? So this is a frosting container. She covered it with designer series paper and put a bow around it. And then these are fake flowers. She made the daisies and put them on floral wire and stuck it into the green floral sponge thing and covered it with moss. And she made these for me a couple years ago. I love these. Oh, Courtney's saying tea candles, tea lights.
Definitely. I'm just trying to think of how you could do your stamping.
Yeah, we haven't thrown them away or recycled them because I just thought they were cute and we could do something. I also thought we could put M&Ms in them and put them in a cello bag and, or you know what we could do? This just occurred to me. Steve makes the most awesome fudge. We can pour the fudge right into the glass jars and give people a spoon and put a little tag on it. The people on my team love his fudge. Wouldn't that be awesome? Their own little personal fudge. That's what we need to do with it, Steve. Okay. So maybe I should have put copper on there. Do you think that's too much with all the design? So we have the piece. So the good part about, oh, you know something else you should do that I would know if I had made the first card? Just put the glue dots on half the words so it can open. And then you open it this way and then you can write on the card and it's lovely. So I think this is the first time this kind of card has ever been made. But like I said, I think Jean invented these. And this is one we made back in January or December. And then this is the one Jean made this weekend. That's super cute. So there's so many ideas of what you can do with this. Okay, Marceline wants you to put little fudge directly in the glass cups.
So here's the other thing you could do. You could have like a contest of the people that are watching, and whoever wins the contest will actually mail them fudge in a little jar.
Do you know how expensive it would be to mail that container?
Your people are worth it, Beth.
Okay, there you have it. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed our unique stitched nested double gate card. I will write up directions, and I really appreciate you watching. I'll be back next Wednesday at noon, and then we have mystery stamping this Friday starting at noon, and it goes all week long. So if you look further down on this page, by the way, these cards don't stay shut. I put a glue dot on there just to take a picture of it. but they're going to be open. But it's still super cool. So you guys have a great week. Come make the mystery stamping from last Friday is still open. So you can follow it and still make a card and post it. And that would be awesome. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.
Bye.